Well, it's just past 3 p.m. here in Alpharetta, Georgia, but no matter where you are in the world, it is SPL time. Finch and Aggro here, as we're just about to kick off day number 2. We're in week 1 of the SPL.
I can't wait to watch Obey versus Sanguine to see how good Sanguine is against the SPL level competition in the highest level competition. And I think that he's obviously very, we're just hoping for a good game. It doesn't matter that it's Obey. Listen, man. There is no way that team forgets about what Weekend was talking about and what everyone has been saying about this team, whether it's us as casters, saying we're not sure if they're ready for that level yet. These guys are definitely using that as motivation, as they should. That's exactly the type of well you should be tapping into to try and dig deep and find these wins.
But here we go into game. Obey up against Sanguine. Goremizer will be calling this one with me. Gore, this is going to be an interesting one. Sanguine versus Obey, and not only that, the first look at Mulan in the Pro League.
Let Weekend come online at his own pace and send this Circuit over to the solo lane.
Oh. Bobby trying to cause problems here up against Jakor. His first game in the SPL, and he could just go down and be first blood. Ducky Hopping Arthur will claim it, but a lot of that really came from inbound and these rotations early on.
I want to see how Weekend is going to use her ult, how he's going to use maybe her pluck to set up some kills. And Ducky maybe gets a little bit overzealous.
Yeah, Ducky under a bit of pressure here. Stunned in place by Jakor and that tether into the sky though. And do see a Thor. He's going to dunk on him, but won't find the angle on Ducky. Ooh. Shinto will though with the crushing wave. And Panitom takes out inbound 2. Sanguine get their first kills of the SPL. Inbound rotating in early for that first blood. Actually giving that kill to Ducky will at least give him the leading goal, but wrong you again is too deep. But there's Panitom and Shinto to save the day. The bait was good enough. The double tap through the wall won't land. But Wolfie, with the most skill shot ability in the game, will at least secure the kill to make sure Rongyu falls down in trade. 13 minutes in, 4-5 between the two as it stands at the moment. We can see this little play from Duck in the right-hand side as he's looking to invade onto the blue buff. Jakor's going to beat the Mulan, and it's Mulan versus Osiris. At the moment, Osiris is getting the better end of it. 2 levels up. Shinto with the spout will get credit for the kill, so making 5-3. Netroid, though, trying to keep the hunt going onto inbound, who was trying to make a gank.
Able to force inbound away from that. And again, that's what I was looking at actually a few minutes ago was, is anyone going to come over and put pressure on him? Right now, Wowie's looking for the 1v1, but Panatom's in the area. Inbound has left. There could be a Thor dunk.
Wowie, though, with that airstrike, did cause a couple of problems, and Wolfie will get credit for the kill onto Netroid. Panitom, as you said, was on the way, but that Thordon wasn't in range. Inbound can't find the kisses, but he will find the ultimate at least, and force the beads out of Panitom this time round. Ducky just getting caught in that tower range then. I thought that could have caused more problems, but seeing Panitom on that right-hand side, Obey, they're going to go for the Gold Fury. Wowie's already tanking up nicely, inbounds there, but in goes Rongyu with the spin to win. Obey get the Gold Fury, and everybody's going to survive.
Wolfie has not hesitated to throw out a single ult. And granted, every single time it's been there low enough for me to get a kill. Shinto has to play a little more carefully with all of his abilities, especially with the Circuit on the other side. He can melt her, but she could just as easily melt him.
Oh, Panitom dunking in and strips away the Pyromancer just in time. Shinto gets the kill on Weekend. I thought the zone work out from the boys was great, but that Aegis won't prevent the damage onto Wolfie. As Shinto gets himself a double kill with a crushing wave. 7-5, and Sanguine snap answer back again. This Gold Fury has spawned. It's going to be an Oni Fury this time round as well. So this will allow for a bit more pressure on the map if possible. But this dance is working out well. Rongyu going to blink on in, use the ultimate force seal out of Wolfie. Rongyu under a lot of pressure though and should have been falling down to Wowie gets ready for the kill. Inbound dash is out. 1 pick so far the way of Obey.
Shinto's back in the area, has his ult, and is easily going to be the one who can confirm this more than anybody else. They're just fishing for kills. This is just blood in the water waiting to happen.
Inbound lost a lot of health, may need to return to base soon. Nice knock by Shinto hitting 2. Weekend lost half his health. Jakor commits all the way in for Weekend. Gets the tether up, was stunned in place by Wolfie. Wolfie has his ultimate back up, and it doesn't do enough to kill Rongyu just yet. Jakor also low grappled back in by Mulan, but it won't be enough to pick him up. Instead, it's Panitom that gets 1. Ducky does at least get hold of Shinto, the major carry on the side of Sanguine so far. Meanwhile, spinning away is Ducky onto Netroid, but Panitom takes out Wolfie, and the spin from Rongyu comes back up. The Whirlwind of Rage and Steel is enough to get Panitom a triple kill, and this is going to be an Oni Fury for Sanguine, only losing Shinto in the process.
Pressure. Weekend and Ducky right now are trying to counteract some of that pressure. It's left them with 3 people defending the Phoenix.
But this is the power of Panitom and this Thor, just able to hover in the air and wait, just to allow his team to chip it down bit by bit. So it's dropped down by Necro, and Shooter that's killing inbound, who tried to engage. Weekend came in, Weekend came out, Weekend went back to the fountain. And in goes Jakor, tanking up a bit too much here, but he is opening the window up enough for Sanguine to get the Phoenix. They lose Jakor in trade for Weekend and inbound. Not a bad day at the left-hand Phoenix on the first push from Sanguine.
But Obey are in the neighborhood now. That Phoenix is going to respawn, and they've pushed up enough on the side of left that they could look for a fight.
But still, Mulan on the left-hand side. This is a 4v5, and now Ducky under pressure as Jakor jumps on Wolfie. Wolfie forced to ult defensively there. Panitom in the sky looking to support, will crash down onto the front line of inbound. Metroid credit with a kill, one by one. They're falling down here, Obey, as Mulan is slowly limping over to this fight. The pings are raining down on Weekend to let them know they're on the way. And now Sanguine have to turn tail. They're trying to peel back, making sure the last three members of Obey can't do anything about this. Sanguine going to fall back to base with a couple of members. Should be a fire giant look this again here, Gore.
And now you see Netroid, I think, making the right call, rejoining his team on right. They're looking for aggression. Rangyu even goes in there. They fall back. They force the ult out of Wolfie, which is the biggest thing. His Aegis is still down for 50 seconds. They're fishing for those relics. They're fishing for those abilities. You burn them down, and that makes it a lot easier for Panitom to go for a dive into the back line. But right now, he's out of position.
Panitom committed on there for a second, was forced to beads away from this stun coming out from inbound there. I should say the kiss. Wolfie, though, completely under pressure now on his own, trying to hide in the fog. Panitom says, not today, my friend. The lightning Thor compels me. Inbound still alive for a moment until Shinto lands the spout. And now onto the Phoenix they go. Panitom gets himself another double kill. Could even be a triple. Well, it looks like Ducky and Wowie may get away. No, Shinto will get himself one. Panitom another. And that's going to be game one going the way of Sanguine. It all comes back to that fight around the Oni Fury Gormizer. Obey got a kill. Didn't capitalize. Sanguine came back. Get the Oni, get the Fire Giant, get the game.
Sanguine and Obey in game number 2 that's just about to kick off.
Thanks so much, Finch and Aggro on the virtual desk. Into the game 2 we will be going now as Sanguine take on Obey for their second game.
Even Rangyu last game playing something aggressive where they want to fight.
What's going wrong in the jungle there? Level 4 couldn't get away from Shinto, who used stack up to 6 times, but I'll come back to that in a minute as the Gold Fury is under threat, being bursted heavily by this Merlin, and Obey will get credit for it, but what about the fight after the fact? The Rebuke's going to keep Inbound in place, but Inbound still has the Ragnarok available. It will still fall down to Rangyu in the River's Rebuke, though, and Weekend, who went in very deep, gets destroyed by Shinto on the tail end of that engagement. So it's a 2-0. But Obey get the Gold Fury.
If they find a tower or they find the Pyromancer, this is hands down in favor of Sanguine. We'll have to see what exactly Ducky's going to be able to do.
Wow, Shinto really going in on Ducky. Ultimate pop, Thorns in response. Shinto doesn't like the look of that, and the Thorns, though, the beatdown baby continues. Sanguine get the Pyro. Rest of Obey on the way. Great war from Panitom to deny Wolfie from trying to get around and cause problems there whatsoever. And now Jakor going to get chased down by Ducky, but remember, no ultimate available for Ducky this time round. Still, though, Jakor will escape. And now with Ducky being pressured onwards, Ducky will force them back.
Sanguine has been always just slightly ahead in gold than Obey. And the biggest thing, I think, being able to kind of swing their way, that Gold Fury was a good way to start the fight, but those couple of kills maybe coming out as a bigger factor for them, mainly because of the potency it gives afterward. Inbound looking to get potentially caught out here.
Yeah, he is in a bit of trouble. Has Rocket Ragnarok, great turnaround onto Panitom, though. Where's your beads now, Panitom? Inbound needs a bit more help. Will survive on the tail end. We can look for the power up. Wasn't Jakor. Jakor a little bit late on those beads from Jakor for my liking. Still ended up getting pulled in, but no further damage really continues there. That was a great chase out of Sanguine, but a fantastic response and Obey on the counterplay. I will want to see how this goes on. Inbound and Weekend stepping up to investigate what's going on. But Weekend got hold of the Oni Fury by mistake, forced to use his beads and jump away. Meanwhile, Inbound forced to commit in, gets a lot of damage off on Rangyu, but Rangyu still finding alive. Ducky and Weekend back in though. Paolo up in the sky. Meanwhile, the duck down from Panitom on the front side onto Wolfie. Won't be enough to get the kill there. The focus is a split fight between the two. 3 members of Obeylo on this side as Wolfie now falls. Netro gets a kill on Inbound. The dive in from Sanguine to the back line as the front line of Obey engaged at the same time. Ends up being a 4-2 exchange. Shinto and Rangyu go down, but 4 members of Obey and only Ducky left standing. He's going to stop the Oni in his own now.
And they're still ready to fight here. Yarkor's a little low. I don't know if I like him getting aggressive, but he has that heal, and that's going to be enough to zone out Ducky, at least for a little bit. And that's
after all said and done, but the re-engage happened and it didn't go well. Wrong though picked up both the beads. That doesn't get away from the Desert Fury out from Wowie though. In this guy's Panitom, he might look towards Wowie. Wowie being tripped away by 3 members surrounding him. Ducky meanwhile tries to get hold of Netroid, but Netroid leaps away to safety. Shinto's ultimate is up and Wolfie is now down. The barrels of the war compel him and we can now be looking to escape. Really tough spot for him to be in there. No one in range to jump to on his own team. No Harpy camp available to get away from. 3 more members die on Obey in that engagement for just Wrong You yet again. Fire Giant started up by Sanguine, and it's all on Ducky to try and defend.
And he's hanging out, but I don't know if it's going to matter. There's the mark through the wall. They have vision on him at least, looking for the zone. That's what you need to get a Fire Giant.
So the space was there for the team to dive into the backline a little bit more so. Sanguine want to do that this time around with that grapple onto Wolfie. Wolfie will flicker away for the time being though. Into the sky goes Panitom. Inbound jumps in. Might be in a bit of danger. Ducky's tracking around the back, trying to keep Jakor busy. Panitom crashes into the backside at the same time. Gets hold of Wolfie, but Wolfie's still alive for now. Weakened did jump in, but Ducky bursted through his ultimate. Can't survive the damage. Wowie at least does take out Panitom with that Desert's Fury, but into the Tynix room we go again for Sanguine. Weaken goes in, forced to use his beads. Shinto removes him from the map for the 5th time. He's really not too worried at the moment with that Fire Giant sustain. Ducky's ultimate down, Weaken's ult down, Inbound's ult down, Inbound. Weaken also lost his beads just then, and Wrong You getting very, very low. Jakor tanking up as long as he can. Inbound forced out, Shinto gets hold of Ducky at the same time, and Wowie's also within an inch of his life as Shinto gets a double kill. Could be a triple, no, Jakor will get another kill for himself, and that could be all she wrote here. Sanguine should be able to secure the game now.
I'm going to say it again. Post 20 minutes, Sanguine seems to be a different beast to deal with right now. A River's Rebuke going up. No one's within 30 seconds of respawning, so it's not blocking anything out there from Wrong You.